Definitely taking my taste buds on a very wild journey, that's for sure. This is very unexpected. Today I've got something really cool and something I've been looking forward to for a long time. This right here is a very rare and very hard to find Malaysian 24-hour combat ration. Is this thing legendary or is it a lemon? Stick around and find out with me. So this right here is a Malaysian Army 24-hour combat ration. It's going to be menu H, and it has a best buy of November 6th, 2025. So this thing is pretty fresh, just a little bit out of date, but not much. Now I purchased this ration from Waffles61465, who's a legend on the MRE subreddit, and he requested I review this next, so here it is, buddy. But first, before I get into this, I just wanted to touch just a little bit on some Malaysian history. Timestamps are below if you want to skip. Malaysia is a very interesting country. It's a nation of about 34 to 36 million people, and it's very interesting geographically because it's a country split into two. You have the peninsula south of Thailand, and then across the South China Sea, you have East Malaysia on the island of Borneo. Right in the heart of the peninsula is the capital, Kuala Lumpur. It's a massive hub with a metro population of about 8.8 million people. It's where the administrative power is. Despite the distance between the two regions of Malaysia, the country is unified by a very strong cultural identity. Islam is the official religion of Malaysia, and you'll see the Jakim Halal logo on almost every component in here. In Malaysia, halal is a total government standard for quality and cleanliness, which is why these packs have such a high reputation for being some of the best tasting rations in the world. One thing I noticed immediately about this ration is the weight. This ration is a beast. It comes in at 4 pounds, 12.5 ounces. That is massive. I think this may be the largest ration I've ever reviewed. And while it might be labeled as a 24-hour ration, in reality, I believe the Malaysian Armed Forces often use these to cover a day and a half or more. Usually a soldier is issued 2 of these to last them 3 full days in the jungle. So let's stop wasting time and let's crack this big dog open. And right there is the menu list. I translated it, so I've got that. I might throw that up on the screen. And all these retort pouches are inside a bag themselves. So I'm going to open this one. All right, here's one of the sides, I believe. This is going to be, this translates to cooked fish and soybean. Here we have another 140 gram. I believe this is a main. This is going to be the cooked Rendang beef. Another 140 gram main, this is going to be wheat porridge. We have another 140 gram main, this is going to be baked beans and tomato sauce. And we have 140 grams of pineapple and juice, I believe. 140 grams, and this actually says pineapple and syrup. So I don't know if that's the same exact thing. And 140 grams of banana and juice, I think. I'll tell you what, Google Translate isn't working worth a crap. 140 grams of papaya and syrup. And we have 140 grams of anchovies and sambal sauce. I don't know about this. I guess we'll have to see. Not the biggest fan of fish. 140 grams of chicken cooked in chili rice. Here's our accessory pack. Let's get that opened up. All right, we got 2 6-packs of biscuits. Holy crap, we have 2 110 gram packs of sugar. And we have 2 15 gram packs of salt. And that is some pretty coarse ground salt. Maybe that's sea salt. 2 40 gram packs of pineapple jam. That sounds good. Get 2 packs of instant coffee. 4 packs of milk cream for the coffee and the tea. Speaking of tea, you get 6 tea bags. That's a lot of tea. Get 2 packs of tissue or bung fluff. You get 2 vitamin B tablets and 2 vitamin C tablets. That's pretty cool. And last but not least, we have a pack of matches. Brown tip. So there aren't many reviews on YouTube of a Malaysian Army ration. I have seen some police rations, and in those, there was rice, packs of rice. I'm not seeing that here. So I'm wondering if some of these have the rice mixed in. I know the one does. It doesn't feel like it. These pouches just feel like liquid. So I'm kind of not sure how this is all going to go down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all this and see what I would do to break it down into meals. And quite honestly, this may end up being a 36-hour review. This may end up being 4 meals or more, because this is a lot of food right here, a ton of food. So I'm going to get this all kind of split out, and I'll see you back here for the first meal, breakfast. All right, so we're back with breakfast, and this is kind of what I sorted out for a breakfast that I think I would have. We're going to have the soybean cooked fish, the wheat porridge, pineapple and syrup, and then this translates to peanuts and sauce. That's not on the ingredients list or the menu list, so I really don't know. Most of this stuff is not translating very well. Then we're going to have these biscuits with the pineapple jam, and then we've got some coffee and creamer. And they don't give you a spoon, so I'm going to use this Australian CR1M spoon. I really don't know what I'm doing with this ration. I have no clue. Google Translate does not work well with these rations. I've seen 2 other reviews that are police rations, like I mentioned, and those looked a lot different. Those had drinks, like isotonic drinks. This doesn't. Those had sweetened condensed milk. This one doesn't. And they had rice packets, which this doesn't. So I really don't know what I'm getting myself into here. But it is really super exciting because this is a completely different experience. So I'm ready and I'm hungry. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. All right, so I already boiled 3 of these pouches. I left the pineapple syrup out of the boiling water, figured that didn't need to be heated. So let's start opening this stuff up. I'm excited to see what this stuff is. I believe this is the soybean cooked fish. There it is, very liquidy. And I smell fish. I believe that's going to be sardines. All right, let's get, I think this is the wheat porridge. There it is. Yeah, smells like wheat porridge. All right, I think this is the beans and tomato sauce. Kind of breakfasty, English breakfast style. Again, very liquidy. Oh, almost overflowing. And then here's our pineapple and syrup. Oh, big chunks of pineapple right there. Let's get our crackers out. And real quick, let's make coffee. I'm going to make both packets. It's going to be a spray-dried coffee. Let's get our creamer out. All right, so I'm going to get this fish dish out of the way. I generally don't like fish. It's hit or miss with me. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But it kind of smells really good. I don't know what that sauce is, but the sauce smells really good. All right, there it is. Let's give this a shot. That is surprisingly good. I mean, that is really good. It does not taste fishy at all. You can just barely make out that it's fish. It's almost like a teriyaki sauce that it's in. It's sweet and savory. That's actually really good. I'm very happy with that. Definitely needs rice. I'm almost wondering if maybe they're issued rice packets separately. It just doesn't make any sense to me that there wouldn't be a packet of rice to go into this. I don't know. So we do have something else. We can crush up some of these crackers, maybe. Let's give that a mix. See if we can't soak up some of that yummy sauce, because it is yummy. I'm going to put another cracker in. So while this soaks a little bit, let's try out these beans. Very runny beans. See how these are. Those are different. They're good. They're really good, but they're different than like beans that you'd get here in the States. They're a little sweeter. That's what I'm picking up. A lot sweeter, actually. But they're really good. It's almost like there's honey in this. That's kind of the flavor I'm picking up. That's the vibe anyways. Yeah, I can handle these. These are really good. I am really digging the sweetness in this. All right, let's go back to this stuff. See if these crackers helped. There we go. It doesn't look pretty, but it actually has a really, really good flavor. And I'm kind of wishing about now that there was some sort of hot sauce included in this ration, because that would be fantastic on this. Yeah, I was a little nervous about this, but it's fantastic. It really is. I could eat this all day long. I'm glad they gave you crackers. Otherwise, it'd just be way too runny. Yeah, this is very, very mild fish. Very mild. That's what I love about doing this. I mean, there's foods you think you don't like, but you give yourself a chance, you try it, you find you really like it. This is one of those things. Last bite of this. That deserved a spoon slap. Very surprising dish right there. Let's go in for some of this wheat porridge. Looks pretty basic. I was thinking I was going to put the pineapple in this wheat porridge. That's pretty good for a wheat porridge. It's sweet and creamy, and the porridge is nice and tender, but not too mushy. Pretty good. So let's try mixing in some of this syrup from the pineapple in one of the pineapple chunks. Let's give this a shot. This is a very messy meal. That's the way to do it, but I'm not putting any of the juice from the pineapple in there next time. I think I got something else in mind. Let's put some of this pineapple jelly in with it. Yeah, that seems more like it's supposed to be in here. Not all of it, just about a quarter of it. Let's put in a pineapple. Let's mix this up. There we go. Let's see how this pineapple jam is in that. Now that's the way to do it, right there. That jelly is fantastic. With the pineapple chunk, that's the way to do it. I don't know what else is in there though. There's something else, but there's no ingredients listed, and Google probably would not translate it right anyways. That's good. Good stuff. All right, this actually does have ingredients, and it's just sugar and pineapple and citric acid. That's it. Yep, that is fantastic. I was going to put this on the crackers, but I want to save those crackers because I have a feeling I'm going to need them because I don't think there's any rice in this dish or in this main or in this ration. Oh, making a mess. Now I got to take a swig of this coffee. And if you like this mug, you can get it on my merch store. Link below. Smells decent, actually. Doesn't smell strong. Yeah, that's not bad. Not the best, not the worst. It's not bitter. It's not acidic. Not too bold. Kind of right down the middle. Not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that. Last bite of this. Try and finish up these beans. Last bite of these. All right, well, there you have it. That was the breakfast out of this Malaysian Army 24-hour combat ration. And I have to say, I'm very impressed. This sardines cooked in soybeans, that was outstanding. That had such great flavor. You could taste the soy. It was sweet, kind of tasted like teriyaki sauce. It was fantastic and not too fishy. The beans and tomato sauce, just kind of a classic beans and tomato sauce, but very runny. The wheat porridge, outstanding. Very good base for the pineapple jelly and the pineapple chunks. And those crackers are really good too. All right, so I'm going to get this all cleaned up and then I will see you back here for lunch. All right, so we're back with lunch, and for lunch, we are going to have this right here is banana peel. That's what that translates to. And then we're going to have this chicken cooked in chili rice. That's what that translates to. And then this one I'm very nervous about. This is going to be sambal anchovies. So I think anchovies and some sort of sambal sauce. I like sambal sauce. Not so sure about anchovies, but we're going to have that. We've got the crackers left over from breakfast, some more crackers, and we're going to have some tea, and I'll probably put some sugar and creamer in the tea. This anchovy dish has me a little nervous, not going to lie. After breakfast, though, I was thinking, this has no calorie information on it. I have no idea how many calories I'm consuming, but to me, it seems like mostly liquid. This ration is like 4.5 to 5 pounds, which if it's all liquid, makes sense. But that doesn't mean it has a lot of calories. I'm guessing maybe 3,400 to 3,800, maybe 4,000 calories. So I have no idea, but I was surprised at breakfast. Not the biggest fish fan, but the fish dish and breakfast was fantastic. So I'm really hoping the anchovy dish is going to surprise me just like the sardine dish did. So great experience for breakfast. I'm hoping the same for lunch. I'm hungry. I'm excited. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. All right, first thing we're going to do, get this out of the way. Let's make some tea first. Using 2 tea bags. I want this strong. Let's let that steep. And here's our chicken and chili rice, whatever it's called, I have no idea. I'm not sure it's going to need crackers. It feels pretty liquidy. I don't know how much rice is actually in here. Oh. Yeah, I don't think there's any rice in there. I really don't. So let's get it out. Yeah, there is no rice. It's just chicken. They have to issue rice separately. They have to. There's no way that this is what they're eating. Any of you from Malaysia who were in the military, who have had these rations, please tell me in the comments below, do you get rice issued separately? You have to. You have to. I just don't understand it. So I'm going to use these leftover crackers and put in there. I don't want to use up all the crackers because the way it's looking, I'm going to need them for dinner too. Oh yeah, I did boil these before I slapped everything down, except for the banana peel. I didn't think that should be heated up. All right, let's get out this anchovies and sambal. Yeah, it's like everything's like soup. Oh, that does not smell good. That does not smell good at all. And you know what? Hold on. I'm putting that in a bowl. That does not smell the greatest. It smells fishy, but it also smells like it's going to be super hot, which is fine with me. It's the fishiness that I'm not so crazy about. But if it's anything like the breakfast, it won't be so fishy. That's what I'm hoping. But I'm going to have to put some crackers in that. We'll start with 2. All right, let's see what these banana peels are all about. Oh, no. Yeah. Not so sure this desk mat is going to be the correct thing for this filming process. And I don't know about you, but that does not look like banana peel. And you know what? We're going to have to try this out right now. Make some room. Does that look like banana peel to you? Not to me. Let's try this out. That is definitely banana. And it has a great flavor. It's banana, but it's not like fake banana. It's banana. That is really good, actually. I just wish there was like something to go with it. That would be even better. It just amazes me. This is all just liquid. Everything in this is liquid. I love banana. I even like fake banana. Like banana Laffy Taffy is my favorite. That is really good. That's great flavor. I'm just trying to get the level down. See, there's some chunks. All right, let's go in for a bite of this stuff. Chicken. That's all it is. Chicken. And it smells like kind of like a smoky chicken. There it is. So it's a smoky chicken, and it's really good. It's nice and tender. The broth actually has ginger in it. It's like a chicken broth from chicken soup with ginger. It's really good. I just wish there was some rice or like water chestnuts or mushrooms or broccoli or something else in there. I mean, I suppose you would just kind of drink it right out of the pouch. And they do give you crackers. So before I continue with this chicken dish, I want to get this out of the way. I have a feeling that I'm not going to like this very much. I hate thinking that way, but I don't know. It just does not smell the greatest. All right, let's get a nice bite with some fish. There's some anchovy. There it is. All right, let's give this a shot. All right, that is actually really good. I really like that. It has some spice, and I like it a lot. It's not as fishy as I thought it was going to be. Kind of like the breakfast. Smelled fishy, does not taste that way. It's got a very, very good sambal sauce, chili sauce flavor. The fish is very, very mild. Definitely like no anchovy I've had. This is actually really good. I'm digging it. There we go. There's some more pieces of anchovies. I'm digging the heat. That's for sure. The broth is very, very good. I'm just going to drink the rest of this. Is it my favorite thing in the world? No. That broth or sauce on some rice with some chicken, or even just that with rice, that would be amazing. All right, let's try out this tea. Putting some creamer in there. Then I'm going to put 110 grams of sugar in there. Not really. I just made a huge mess. Just put a little bit in there. All right, let's check this out. And if you like this mug, it's available on my merch store, link below. And Ration Kitty is right at my feet. He will not leave me alone. Yeah, 2 tea bags, that's the move. This is strong. It's very, very good. Great tea. Actually, fantastic tea. Some of the better tea I've ever had, to be quite honest. I like the cream. I like the sugar. This is great stuff. And they give you 6 tea bags. That's awesome. Let's finish up this chicken. Got to use my fingers. That's the only way to do it. Little bit of a spoon slap there. Good flavor, but it's missing something. That's for sure. All right, so I have to finish up this banana. This is very difficult to eat. But that is very welcome after these 2 mains. It is a very nice contrast. All right, last bite of this, or last sip. Yeah, I mean, I can't even hardly get any of this banana. All right, well, there you have it. That was the lunch menu out of this Malaysian Army combat ration. I'm going to save these crackers for dinner because I know damn well I'm going to need them. This anchovies and sambal, great flavor, not as fishy as I was expecting, not that bad. It was actually pretty damn good, great flavor. Same thing with this chicken, the broth, very good. I like the ginger flavor in that broth, that was very good. The smoked chicken was really flavorful. The banana peel, or bananas, in juice is like soup. I probably, if I were a Malaysian soldier, I would just drink this right out of the pack. Same with that, same with that. The tea, fantastic tea. Some of the best tea I think I've ever had, to be quite honest. That is some excellent tea. All right, so I'm going to get this all cleaned up, and then I will see you back here for dinner. All right, well, let's wrap up this Malaysian ration with dinner. For dinner, we're going to have this rendang beef. We're going to have pineapple and syrup, I think, again, and papaya and cheese is what this just translated to. I have no idea if that's what it's going to actually be. We have some crackers left and some pineapple jam. That stuff was good. So far in this ration, the flavors are there. There's some amazing flavors. The fish dishes really surprised me. I was really impressed with those. This beef rendang sounds really, really good, and I'm super hungry. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. All right, let's get this rendang beef out. But before we do that, I've got some rice right here. I know there's no rice in that, so I typically don't do this, like I've said before, but I have to try something with rice. I have to. Yeah, why not? Let's put it all in there. All right, let's check this out. Yep, just as I suspected, no rice. Oh, it smells really, really good. It almost smells like the sardines in soybeans from breakfast. There we go. Probably too much rice, but that's all right. There's a lot of liquid there. Let's get I think this is the papaya and cheese. Let's get this out. That smells really good. It's just, it's soup. I actually heated that up on accident. All right, this said pineapple and syrup, but it sure as hell does not look like pineapple or smell like pineapple. I have no idea. I have no idea. I smell chili powder, not chili powder. I smell chilies. And paprika, maybe? I have no idea what this stuff is. Oh, it's pineapple. That is definitely pineapple. but it sure as hell does not smell like pineapple. There is a very savory smell to that. It smells like chilies and paprika, maybe cumin even. I don't know. It smells very, very weird. All right, I'm excited for this now that it has some rice. Let's go in for a bite of this rendang beef. There we go. The beef is a little tough. It's not super tough, but it's not tender. But it's got a good flavor. It's got a really good flavor. I am so glad that I had some rice. That is exactly what everything in here needed. That makes all the difference. And it kind of has, like I said, it's the same kind of flavor as that dish with the sardines. It's a soy sauce flavor, but it's a little on the sweeter side. I'd say it's kind of like a teriyaki flavor, but it's very, very mild. And I'm definitely picking up ginger. There's ginger in here, and I really, really like that. Lots of beef right there. I can handle this dish. Not the most flavorful, but it's pretty good. All right, I actually think this needs some salt. Now with the rice, nothing else needed salt, but with the rice, it kind of does. Just a little bit. The salt definitely woke that up. It was good to begin with, don't get me wrong, but that salt really added some more flavor. The rice makes this. I've always liked rice. I mean, I can eat rice with just butter and salt, and I'm happy. This is really good now with the rice. By far the best meal of the day. Last bite of this. That was really good. I'm happy with that. All right, let me try, I guess I'll try dipping a cracker in here. I mean, either that or I'm just gonna have to drink it. Almost has a fermented smell. Let's try it on a cracker. Piece of fruit right there. I think it's papaya. That's what it said on the package when I translated it. Yeah, and it's just literally juice. So maybe this is your drink. I don't know. That must be it. This is the drink. So let's drink it. I don't think that's papaya. It tastes like pineapple. It said papaya when I translated it, but it sure tastes like pineapple to me. Whatever it is, it's actually pretty good. And for a drink, I guess it's, it's just like a fruit drink. It's really not bad. All right, now this has me very intrigued. It is definitely different. This is one of the more intriguing things of the day. This is pineapple, and it does not smell like pineapple. It does not smell sweet. There's a very heavy paprika smell to this. And maybe cumin, maybe a little bit of cumin, hard to tell, and chili powder. That's what this is smelling like to me. So, very, very intrigued by this. Definitely chili powder and paprika, no doubt. I'm just waiting for flames to start shooting out of my ears. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's spicy. I was kind of hoping it was. That is definitely unique. Kind of reminds me of, like, with barbecuing, making a barbecue sauce or a mop. I like to use pineapple. So it's a good sweet, savory, sour mix. It works. I'm not sure what this red stuff is floating on the top. Not quite sure. I don't know. Looks like oil, but maybe it's chilies. It's oil of some sort. That's interesting. Definitely taking my taste buds on a very wild journey. That's for sure. This is very unexpected. All right, I'm going to eat this last chunk of pineapple. Going to drink the rest. Well, that was an experience right there. I'll tell you what. The more I ate it, the more I was getting chili powder. And there is a bit of a kick to it, a bit of a spice kick to it. Definitely. I kind of wish there was more spice. That was so interesting. And I bet that would go good on rice. That would be really good. I'm actually excited for this jam on these crackers. This jam is really good. Very good jam, nice and thick. Goes really good on these crackers. Really good. What I think would be really good is if they actually put some heat in this. Just a little bit. Give it a little bit of a spicy kick and that sweetness. That'd be awesome. Maybe putting this in with that pineapple, give it a little bit of a sweetness, because it wasn't sweet. Maybe putting some of this in that would have been good. I don't know. All right, well, there you have it. That was the dinner menu out of this Malaysian 24-hour ration. And this was actually the best meal, obviously, because I had the rice. The rendang beef was excellent. Not the best tasting main I've ever had, not the worst, but I would put it in the low top tier with the rest of this ration, only because the flavors are just so unique. In particular, the 2 fish dishes and then this pineapple dish. That was completely unique. Never had anything like that. Had there been rice packets in this ration, I have no doubt that my thoughts would be completely different. I have no doubt this would be a top tier ration. That's my only complaint with this ration, but it's kind of a big complaint. You get crackers, which definitely helped, but you don't get quite enough for the whole ration. So all in all, I'd have to say this is one of my favorite ration reviews. Even though it was not necessarily the best ration, the flavors were there. The flavors were so unique, and they kind of blew my mind. So it was just such a great experience that I'd have to put this in the top tier. And if they gave you rice, there'd be no doubt. So if you stuck with me through this Malaysian journey, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you watching. What an amazing experience, and I'm so glad you were along with me for the ride. Don't forget, check out my merch store where you can get stuff like this sweatshirt or the desk mat or the mugs. There's all kinds of cool merch. Check it out, link below. And I also have a Patreon page where I post exclusive content that I do not post on YouTube, so check that out, link is below as well. And speaking of Patreon, I want to say a gigantic thank you to all my exclusive Patreon members. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. It means so much to me that you chose to become a member, and I really hope you're enjoying the exclusive content that you're getting. Thank you so much. So again, I appreciate you being here, I appreciate you watching, and I'll be back soon with another review. Later. But first, before I get into this, I wanted to touch... can't see the f***ing pause thing. And then we're going to have some of these biscuits. For f***'s sake. Come here. Eat. always, as soon as I start recording, he's always here. Always here. He just can't. He can't stop. He can't stop bugging me. It's okay. I love you. And so do they. They love you. All right, if you stick around, you might get some anchovies. Or some chicken. All right, yeah. Oh. Got thin fur in my eyes. Ugh. All right, let's give this a shot. What are you doing? What are you doing? You need to get down. Come on. Ration Kitty is going nuts right now. And I think it's this stuff. He's going nuts. So far this has been, and I'm very hungry. It's dinner time. Those were actually really good. And I'm not, so far the flavors of all this stuff, the flavors are, so far with all of these mains, the flavor, so far in this ration, the flavors are there. So far the flavors in this ration, oh my God. Ugh. So far